had David Benavidez here, Oscar De La Hoya. Hey, something special is going to happen to me. This is all good luck stuff.
Absolutely.
This is the future.
It was just an honor being here, man. Being a fan, lifelong fan of Mike Tyson, so I'm just very blessed and very honored to be here.
I just want to see you in there with the goddamn
Canelo.
Solo brothers, Canelo.
And I'll get that opportunity, yeah. I'm going to be ready when that opportunity comes, and it's going to be a hell of a fight. And I hope you like it when it happens.
I'm going to be there.
Yeah.
The WBC should have forced Canelo to fight David Benavidez. He's just trying to maneuver his career with the least risk.
And the most money.
And the most money.
David Benavidez, they offered Canelo $70 million to fight me. That's before pay-per-view. They offered me a flat fee of $5 million. I said yes. Then we never heard back. But the reality is, most people think of a world champion as a UFC champion. But in boxing, the WBA champion is thought exactly the same way as the WBC champion. Depends on who it is.
The fights need to be forced. And you know what? You have to let go of the draw a little bit. Like, well, this fight is not going to, it doesn't matter if it draws or not. We need this fight to happen so that we can get the best champion.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So we can get the real champion here.
The way he talks, he thinks he's Superman, right? And he is very disrespect, not just with me, with everybody. And he's accomplished nothing. He's not even a champion.
All right, so Canelo, I have the $200 million for you. Easy money. Jake Paul versus Canelo. Let's get it done. This is what the fans have been waiting for. This is the biggest fight that can possibly be made in boxing.
Because at the end of the day, Canelo is a money cow. He's the cash cow.
Mike Tyson has made his pick, and if his prediction comes true, one of boxing's biggest superstars could be heading for a shocking knockout defeat. Predicting a brutal beating, Mike Tyson believes David Benavidez is simply too much for Canelo. In Tyson's view, whoever steps into the ring with Benavidez is getting beaten.
What makes him so good in your opinion, Mike? Why does he beat everybody in your opinion?
His attitude. You know, he was a little heavy, fat kid and stuff like that, and he wanted to prove himself to the world.
Does he beat Canelo in your opinion?
I think he beats everybody he gets in the ring with. Could beat everybody. My money with Benavidez until he gets beat. And then if he gets beat, I'm still with him.
Fueling the debate is Floyd Mayweather, who believes Canelo Alvarez has been avoiding David Benavidez, adding even more intrigue to one of boxing's biggest rivalries.
If it was up to me, like we keep on saying, we want to see Benavidez. Canelo, hell of a fighter, but my personal opinion, he's ducking Benavidez. You know, that's just my personal opinion, and I'm allowed to speak my mind. That's just what it is. We want to see Benavidez. Let's make it happen.
On the other side, Leonard Ellerby argues that Canelo Alvarez has earned the right to choose his opponents and demand a massive payday if a Benavidez fight ever happens.
I don't have a problem with it. I mean, he's speaking how he feels. He knows what he's doing. He's been in huge fights. He's made an enormous amount of money, several hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. He's had a fantastic career thus far. He's fought everybody that he possibly could. And David Benavidez is just another challenge out there potentially for him. I'm excited as a fan, I would love to see the fight. But at the end of the day, Canelo's calling the shots.
Meanwhile, Canelo Alvarez has opened up on why he is not stepping into the ring with David Benavidez, also firing back by questioning his status as a true champion.
The way he talks, he thinks he's Superman, right? And he is very disrespect, not just with me, with everybody. And he's accomplished nothing. He's not even a champion. And he's not even in my weight class already. And, you know, it's a lot of things there that doesn't make sense.
Responding back, Benavidez is rejecting the idea that money should decide the direction of boxing. He argues that when a fighter earns the top position, the mandatory system should protect fair competition rather than business interests. He believes that avoiding the fight only delays what fans are already demanding and creates unnecessary doubt around true championship status. For him, it is not about personal gain, but about proving who is the best in the division under equal conditions.
Because at the end of the day, Canelo is a money cow. He's the cash cow. These sanctioning fees, the WBC, the IBF, the WBA, the WBO, they all get a percentage. So because if Canelo's making so much money, he's giving each of these their 3%. So 3% of how much he makes, probably 40 million, is probably like they're walking away with $2 million each. So because of that, they're letting him do whatever he wants to do. You know what I mean? Which is not right for me. You know, I feel like if the people want it and you know I'm the #1 spot, they should make that fight mandatory, but for some reason they're not.
Meanwhile, Benavidez admits frustration as he doubts the long-awaited Canelo fight will ever happen, suggesting the Mexican star may be nearing retirement while still avoiding the matchup. He says he has done everything possible to push the fight forward, but insists boxing politics and business decisions are blocking it. He emphasizes that fans deserve to see the two best collide, especially given the massive numbers and historic impact it could bring. For him, it feels like a fight being left on the table that belongs to the people.
To not sugarcoat it, you were like, all right, you want that Canelo fight, but we don't know if that's going to happen or doesn't.
No, I don't think it's ever going to happen.
Really?
I don't think it's ever going to happen. I think Canelo's at a point right now, he probably might retire in the next couple fights. But, I mean, I did everything possible to make the fight happen. And I don't like talking about Canelo no more because people, oh, he's a hater. Get Canelo's name out of your mouth. It's not that, but at the end of the day, don't you want to see the two best in boxing fight? Like, it's like,
and I'm a Canelo fan, but I'm just like, I mean, if the, you know, if the,
I mean, and
the kid
too,
wants it, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it makes sense too because they'll break numbers and pay-per-view sales. The live attendance would be crazy, so much people would go. And it'd probably be one of the greatest fights in Mexican boxing history.
At the same time, Benavidez reflects on moving forward with his own path, saying the opportunity may never come despite his efforts and unbeaten run toward the top. He explains that he has already stepped up across multiple weight classes, capturing titles in different divisions to build his legacy independently. Now focused on defending championships, he makes it clear that time waits for no one, and he is determined to keep progressing even if the biggest dream fight never arrives.
So I feel like that's what we're leaving on the table.
And in all boxing history, motherfuckers.
And it's gonna be a shame because I always say at the fights, they don't belong to us, they belong to the fans, to the people. They have that memory because when I was growing up, I remember watching these great fights and that's what motivated me to be who I am today. So it's like, man, we're leaving a great fight on the table, but you know, it is what it is. You know what I mean? There's nothing much I could do about it. I've done all my parts. I beat every guy in front of me to get to that guy and it didn't happen. So like, I gotta make my own lane, and that's exactly what I'm doing. That's why I went up 2 weight classes, actually 4 weight classes to get belt, and now I'm champion in 2 different divisions, and I'm looking to defend titles in both those divisions at the same time.
Adding another layer to the debate, Max Kellerman suggests that Canelo has strategically avoided certain high-risk fights, pointing directly to David Benavidez as the most notable name left untouched. Malik Scott supports a similar perspective, explaining that Benavidez appeared willing to take the fight at any stage while Canelo was not in the same mindset. Scott still acknowledges Canelo's legendary career and achievements, but believes the absence of this matchup leaves fans with lasting frustration over what could have been one of boxing's defining moments ever.
He didn't fight, like he did duck one fighter, and the one fighter he ducked was Benavidez, and I get why. Benavidez is huge.
It come across Benavidez wanted to fight Canelo when Canelo was at a level where if you're mean to me or if you disrespect me in promo trying to fight me, I'm not going to fight you. That was really made me feel bad for Benavidez because it come across like, well, hold on, I'm out here trying to get a fight. I don't want to be your friend. Like, you know what I mean? Whatever it is I have to do, insult you. I'm old school. I'm chasing a fight. So I would say in that way, but you can't overlook the history of Canelo because he's a Hall of Famer. He is a legend. He did accomplish everything. But I think him not fighting Benavidez, it will always leave a bad taste in us, in our mouths. You know what I mean? That fight didn't take place.
From another perspective, Mike Coppinger presents a more balanced view, stating that while he is a supporter of Canelo Alvarez and respects his accomplishments, the criticism over not facing David Benavidez still holds weight. He explains that there is no strong justification for avoiding the fight, but also argues that Canelo's legacy remains intact due to his victories over elite opposition across multiple divisions. According to him, frustration over the missed matchup is valid, yet it does not erase Canelo's place among the greatest fighters in boxing history.
Yeah, look, everyone knows I'm a Canelo supporter, and I am for good reason. He's done so much for this sport. He's one of the all-time greats. But yes, there is no defensible reason to have not fought David Benavidez. A couple of years from now, I think legacy, I don't think it'll be tarnished. You know, I think Canelo's legacy is cemented. So like Malik said, yes, you can have a gripe, rightfully so, with him not fighting Benavidez. But you look at Canelo fighting Dimitri Bivol at 175, and even Arizona Lara, Austin Trout. I'm going to give him a pass here and say that his legacy will not be tarnished all time.
Shifting the conversation, Caleb Plant shares his honest breakdown after facing both Canelo Alvarez and David Benavidez, admitting the matchup is extremely difficult to predict. He explains that both fighters bring different strengths, with Canelo's timing and control contrasting against Benavidez's pressure and volume. Plant believes the outcome could easily depend on small details like preparation, strategy, and who executes better on fight night, making it the kind of clash where either man could realistically come out on top.
You've been in a ring with both guys, Canelo and Benavidez. If they fought, which I don't think they're gonna fight no time soon, who you think will win?
Man, that's hard to say. I think both have pros and cons. You know, I feel like the things that Canelo does better than David, there's things that David does better than Canelo. In a way, I'm not comparing it to this fight, but it's like the better Bivol fight. You can say who you think is gonna win. You can't say like, oh man, I'm surprised that Bivol won, or I'm surprised that Benavidez won. You're like, man, that's a damn good fight. So-and-so won. So kind of how I feel about the David and Canelo fight, like who had the best camp, who has the best game plan, who slept the best the night before.
Expanding further, Plant adds that at this elite level, there is very little separating top fighters once the bell rings. He suggests that if Benavidez applies non-stop combinations and forces a fast pace, he could take control and possibly get the win. On the other hand, if Canelo manages to slow the action and land a decisive shot, even a stoppage cannot be ruled out. In his view, it is the kind of fight fans would never feel shocked by, no matter the result.
And it's not much that separates guys at that level.
If David could get on him with his combinations and not give him room to breathe, then, you know, that's probably a night that David gets his hand raised. You know, if Canelo is able to slow the pace down a little bit and catch him with a big shot. David's been dropped before from an off-balance shot. He wasn't really hurt, but you know, would you be surprised if Canelo stopped him? You know, no. So it's hard to say, but I get asked that a lot.
Continuing the discussion, Shane Mosley leans toward David Benavidez for the matchup, while still refusing to completely rule out Canelo Alvarez. He explains that Canelo's speed and power always keep him dangerous, but Benavidez has impressed him for years with his size, pressure, and non-stop style. Mosley believes that physical advantages and volume could tilt the fight toward Benavidez, especially if he imposes his rhythm early and keeps Canelo under constant pressure from the opening moments of the contest.
Oh, I definitely give an edge to David Benavidez for this fight. I'm giving the edge to David, but I'm not counting Canelo out. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that he does have speed and power, and then David could get full of himself and something can happen. I'm thinking David wins. I've been a David Benavidez fan ever since I watched him work in the gym a long time ago. I was like, oh man, this guy right here, he's a monster. What Mike Tyson said, he's a monster. I give him the edge because he's so much bigger and longer or whatever.
Breaking it down further, Mosley adds that the key difference would be pace and control inside the ring. He feels Canelo would struggle to find clean counter opportunities if Benavidez pushes a relentless tempo and refuses to give him space. According to him, Benavidez knows how to manage rounds without letting opponents settle, forcing them into a high output fight every second. In that kind of environment, Mosley suggests Canelo would be made to work far harder than usual.
And I think it's going to be hard for Canelo to get any counters and stuff off. And he's going to make Canelo fight at a pace that he can't fight at. Because Canelo's just a fight at a pace, moving around, like, you know, intimidating and throws some counters here and there and getting out. He's used to like, like he said, not babysitting the rounds, but he knows how to maneuver the rounds. So he doesn't have to throw as many punches. Whereas David's going to make you fight every second of every round.
Shifting focus, Tim Bradley argues that a true champion should respond when another top fighter keeps calling for the fight. He says if someone is stepping into your division, calling your name, and proving himself in the ring, then avoiding that challenge raises serious questions about pride and competitiveness. Bradley believes David Benavidez has done everything required to earn the opportunity, and insists that someone in Canelo Alvarez's position should step up and meet that challenge head on.
You just gotta be a man, right? If you got another man coming in your house, coming in your sport, whatever you want to call it, bro, and he's calling your name, he's doing the same thing you doing, he's fighting, and you the guy, you the cash cow, you the face of boxing, and you don't answer that call, bro, that says something about you, man. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to stand up. You supposed to say, oh, really? Oh, you think you better than me? Okay. He has proven himself enough. But Benavidez, man, Benavidez is disrespecting him. He's telling him to grow some balls. He's doing all of that, bro.
Andre Ward explains that while some may label it as a duck, others see it as a calculated business choice. He notes that David Benavidez has been calling for Canelo Alvarez for years, and after a strong performance against Ramirez, those emotions naturally came out in the moment. Ward acknowledges Canelo's greatness as a champion, but suggests the decision to avoid the matchup may have been influenced more by strategy and risk management than fear or hesitation inside the ring.
Canelo Alvarez was in the building supporting his stablemate, Jaime Munguia, and I guess Benavidez just had to do it. He had to mention Canelo. He feels a way that Canelo hasn't fought him throughout the years. He's been calling for Canelo for many, many years.
I seen Canelo in the building. Hey, let me just ask the fans this. Do you guys want to see Canelo versus David Benavidez? Enough said. Enough said. That means that we can't leave that fight on the table. You know what I mean? Whatever. I have respect for Canelo. He's a great champion, but I'm a great champion too. Let's do it.
It's hard to say that a man who's put in as many professional rounds as Canelo Alvarez is scared of another man.
Expanding further, Ward adds that regardless of public opinion, certain fights simply may never materialize due to timing, weight changes, and career direction. He believes Benavidez speaking out reflects frustration after years of buildup and unanswered calls. However, he also points out that with Benavidez moving up in weight and Canelo focusing elsewhere, the realistic window for the fight appears closed. In his view, the bigger question now is not why it did not happen, but what both fighters do next in their careers.
But I do think that Canelo Alvarez has made a very conscious decision throughout the years to avoid Benavidez from a stylistic standpoint. Now, if you call that a duck, you call that being scared, you know, that's your business. But strategically, he made that business decision to say, I don't need to be in the ring with this dude. And Benavidez feels a certain type of way about that. So I think he just had to get that off his chest after putting on the performance that he just put on with Ramirez. But that's not a fight that's going to happen.
No, it's not. It shouldn't happen.
Especially with Benavidez going up in weight. But the question is what is going to happen?
That wraps up the firestorm around this potential mega fight, and the debate is only getting louder with every new voice added. But the real question still stands. Did boxing lose one of its biggest showdowns, or is the story still waiting for its final chapter? Drop your thoughts in the comments and tell us who you think would win, Canelo or Benavidez. And if you want more breakdowns like this, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next one.